are hoping we've sorted out the gremlins. Just while we do a little bit of testing, I'm going to ask the two ladies in Renew at the moment. Jet, I'm going to start with you.
Yeah.
Favourite treatment at the moment that you offer?
Mine, I think, would have to be face. I just think for lifting the muscles in the face, for toning them. It just gives, so it's like 3 little pads, 4 pads. There's one for the submentum, there's one on both cheeks, there's one at the forehead, and it causes a contraction of the muscles over multiple times, and that actually tones the muscles in the face, rejuvenates the muscle of the face, it gets the muscles in the face to become activated again, so lifts the face. So if you're somebody who doesn't want injectables, and there's loads of people out there that hate the thoughts of injectables, putting anything injectable into their face, face is a great way of doing that, replacing the volume, because you get the muscle tone, you get the volume back into the face.
So it's like a workout.
So it's like a gym workout for the face. There's no downtime, there's no needles, there's no pain, there's no bruising. You know, you can see the results after one treatment. So
if you have a big party,
amazing, yeah. And I just think it's a no-brainer in this day and age where people don't want downtime, they don't want to be bruised, or they don't want injectables. So I personally love face. Yeah.
What about you?
The signs of it. My favourite one probably is still the good old IPL.
Yeah.
I just think every Irish skin tone, everyone in Ireland, and not only in Ireland obviously, but I just think it eradicates so much. Give it redness, acne, pigmentation, skin texture. It's just a brilliant all-rounder.
Could you do the two together if you had a big night?
No.
Okay.
No. It's too much heat in the skin.
So when should you do IPL?
So you should do IPL probably maybe 2 weeks before, and then do your face. Yeah.
And question, how long should you not wear fake tan before you go in for IPL?
Oh God, at least a week, if not 2 before.
See, this is the thing people I think don't realise.
No.
And then you miss your appointment.
Totally, yes.
So no fake tan. You probably tell everybody.
Yeah, we do, but people still come in. And
I
they have
think
the remnants. Yeah, no, in fairness, we all have. Yeah. And especially with this time of year, because people are pasty and they're putting on the false tan, but you can't do IPL when you have the false tan on your face.
Yeah. So week down, then get IPL, then give it a fortnight, face, and then head out.
Looking fabulous.
And you'll be sparkling. How are we going for signal?
Hopefully everybody can hear us okay. We're getting the thumbs up from Orla. So Orla, that means we sound okay now, do we?
We thought there was a fire.
We thought there was a fire in the building there. We thought we were being evacuated.
And we were being the Irish people who were just saying,
what do you mean there's a fire?
I would be grand.
We can't leave.
So we might then talk a little bit about Skin Krush.
Yeah.
You might move on to Skin Krush, and you might explain what is Skin Krush and what's its relation to Renew.
So I suppose for Jeanette and I, over the course of our lives working in the clinics, we kind of discovered that people were becoming more, I suppose, under pressure, working harder, more outside interferences, let's say, children, busier lives. And we really kind of thought, we need to come up with something that people can do, not instead of coming into the clinics, but that they can use in between. Or maybe if they couldn't afford to come in and have treatments at home, that they would, or treatments in the clinic, they would have treatments at home. So I think then when COVID kind of hit, it really spurred us on. We had been designing our first tool, which is a microdermabrasion kit, and simply because we believe in it so much. It is something, as we say, it was the first treatment we ever did. It is, and as you said, it's still there. But like even things like hydrofacial have a microdermabrasion element to it. Yes, they've other bells and whistles, but microdermabrasion is still really effective treatment for open pores, for blackheads, for allowing your skincare to penetrate deeper into the skin. So we spent about 3 years trying to design that, and we have a design protection on the actual shape of it, which is in here. So
I'm sure people have seen it because it's been around for about 3 or 4 years.
It has, yeah. Well, 2.5 years now. So this is it. I suppose we did a lot on the holding of it, because a lot of the other ones were cylindrical, and this for us was just easier. You could either hold it like this, or you can do it like this, or a pencil grip. And there's little tips that go on the top of this that are encrusted with little diamonds. And do you want to take that one out there? Yeah. And there's a little filter, and you turn it on, and it gives a suction like this.
How long does the filter last?
It depends, I suppose, how much skin comes off. Yeah. So I would remove them. They're only little cotton discs, so you can remove them after every treatment if needs be. But if it's not gathering anything, you can give it a couple of treatments. And then you literally, this is a little precision tip. So we've 6 different tips in the pack, and this is a little precision one. And this is for around the nose. So there's two different suction levels. There's this one, and then there's the higher one, which you just heard there.
Oh my God.
So there's this. So here, I'll give you a little hand
Yeah.
here, and you can see.
But you know, I think to be fair to women and men, we now know that your makeup isn't going to sit right. Oh gosh, you can actually feel it even after that.
Yeah, just little.
Your makeup isn't going to sit right, your skin's going to look uneven, the texture isn't going to be as good, and literally a bit of microdermabrasion.
Yeah. And I think the thing with there's a lot of people, we invest so much in expensive creams, but if you have all this dead skin cells sitting on the outer layers, it's not going anywhere, it's not doing what it should. Now, it's not for everyone. It's not for people who have severe rosacea or severe acne. You know, you do have to be. It is targeted, I suppose, really for people in their kind of 20s up to mid 40s.
Yeah.
Where you still have elastin in the skin and you're not dragging it. So that is important.
Oh, that's a very good point.
Yeah,
as
it
well.
is important
Yeah.
because it does stimulate collagen. Any trauma to the skin stimulates collagen. But if you can't pull, you're going to end up with little marks in your skin. And I suppose that's where this came in, because we wanted something for everyone.
Yeah.
From 20 up to...
Jeanette, can I ask you two questions about it? How often should you use it per week as part of your skincare regime, and price?
So ideally, you could use it potentially once a week. Some people, they may push it out twice in the month, so every 2 weeks, and it really just depends on your skin. If you have a thicker, oilier skin where you've visible oil of the skin, you've open pores, your skin is going to be able to withstand a little bit more.
Yeah.
If you're somebody that's like me, that has a pale kind of Celtic skin, prone to redness, then me using it every week is probably going to be a bit too much. So you kind of find your happy medium yourself. But we would always say start on the lower setting, so the fine wand, the low suction, do a couple of passes. It's not something that has to take 10 minutes to do. It's quick, it's easy, it's effective, and that's the whole point of these tools.
Warm skin, wet skin?
Dry skin,
Right.
so cleanse the skin, make sure it's really dry, because you don't want any moisture to get sucked into the system or you'll damage it. And then just holding the skin nice and taut and moving it across, and maybe once a week, maybe twice a month, maybe once a month for some people starting off. So you kind of find your own happy medium.
Gently does it. We've
Yeah,
all learned
exactly.
from lockdowns not to throw everything.
No.
Exactly,
on the
exactly. And some people do get a little bit carried away because they want it all right now.
Of course.
But slowly build it up. And retail price then, it's €129.
Brilliant. So,
Yeah.
and one will last you forever.
Forever.
And you get
Yeah.
the extra new tips.
And you can buy your tips then, and if your tips become blunt or dirty, you can replace your tips, and you can buy your tips separately, and you can buy your little filter separately as well.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So that is the microdermabrasion
Yeah.
machine.
Yeah.
Let's have a drum roll moment. Because you're adding to the family.
We are.
Finally, just
Yeah.
cleared customs.
Yes, thank
Yeah.
God, eventually.
Yeah.
So,
our LED mask then was, like Sinead said, it was something that everybody could use. And I suppose the microdermabrasion really focuses on texture of skin, open pores, lifting off all that dead skin cell. Whereas the LED mask is all about skin rejuvenation. So it's about stimulating fibroblast activity. And we know that when we stimulate fibroblast activity, fibroblasts produce collagen and elastin, and that's what they do. But the uniqueness of the LED light is it will do so much more. So it will reduce inflammation in the skin, reduce redness in the skin. It will, when we use blue light, which we have 2 masks, we'll talk about them, it will kill the acne that causes spots, or the bacteria, that causes spots and irritation in the skin. And we designed the masks to be multi-purpose, because when you look at a lot of masks, there's a lot of masks, they all do individual things, and there's so many options, and you're kind
There's
of
so many,
bamboozled
yeah,
about
there
what
is.
to choose. So we have put our portfolio into 2 masks. One which is for rejuvenating the skin and anti-aging, and the other which is clearing and calming of the skin. So one is more geared towards, it's a red light, and it also has the infrared light. So you're really getting down deeper into the layers of skin, and you're stimulating those fibroblasts. And then the clear and calming one is going to work on bacteria in the skin. So if you're somebody who is prone to outbreaks, maybe you have an oilier skin and your skin gets clogged and bacteria builds up easily in your skin, you can use the clear and calming mask. But because we have also incorporated red light into that mask as well, so it has a dual function, it's still going to have the effects of causing the skin, inflamed skin, just to be healed, to take down the redness, to take down the irritation of the skin, and to still give some skin rejuvenating to the skin.
So the red light is for calming, rejuvenation. What's infrared light for?
Infrared light then is going to go deeper into the skin. So
Okay.
it is really for hitting those fibroblasts.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
in other words, if you want skin rejuvenation, if you want a little bit of anti-aging or whatever
Yes.
it might be, you're a red through and through.
Yes.
If you want clearer skin, you're a blue and red
Blue, yes.
person.
Exactly.
Right. And it's for
Yeah.
guys and girls, I presume.
Men
Absolutely.
and women,
Yeah.
all
What
ages.
age group?
Like all ages really. I mean, we have teenagers at home that we can't get off them at this.
But they're so cool.
They're
I mean,
guinea
they
pigs.
are the thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're
Yeah.
not on a plane
Yeah.
with one of those on,
Yeah.
you're just not at the race.
Yeah.
But there are a few little USPs about your mask.
Yeah, there are. I suppose for us, we did a lot of research. As you say, there is a lot of masks out there, so we wanted to kind of find out ourselves what was the best ones. LED we use in the clinic ourselves. You know, we use them after treatment for people who maybe have peels, severe peels to come down the skin. So for us, the amount of bulbs we have is 132, and that's really key because some masks only have 60 bulbs. So it's really important we have a dual chip on them, so there's 2 lights in one, and that's again another really important point. I suppose
2 lights in one little hole.
one
Yeah.
little chip.
Ah, okay.
Your 2 lights are combined in there, so it's a dual chip. So you're getting the benefit of both lights at once. For us as well, we found a lot of the masks weren't very comfortable.
Really uncomfortable.
You couldn't.
Yeah.
Our whole, I suppose, ethos is, and because we are busy mums and busy lives, is that you can do this. It is so lovely to lie down in your bed at night, and actually definitely increases your serotonin levels because I sleep much better when I have it on.
Do you?
Yeah, there is a bit of research there that says it does do that. So I definitely prefer personally using it lying down in bed at night time. But it, and I'm sure you'll see it for the next couple of weeks. I'm also making the lunch in the morning with it on.
I'd say the
you know,
postman loves coming.
Oh yeah, I come knocking in. But it's definitely something that we wanted to have that you could do stuff with if you need to. And I suppose the one thing people commented about a lot as well was the comfort level. So we have added an extra strap for over the top because everyone's face is different. So sometimes there's 3 kind of, sticky things at the back. Some people might have a bigger head, they do it on one. But this was the key for us so that you could secure it from the top down. So if you wanted to move around, because otherwise it was kind of moving.
Yeah, it's
side
great
to
to
side.
put it on in bed, but if you're, as you say, trying to make school
Yeah.
lunches, it's
nice.
brilliant to get that
And
close to.
Ideally you should be using it 3 to 5 times a week, and to get that 10 minutes every night or every morning is hard to do. So at least if you know there's an option that you can walk around it and do it, then you can. And the other big thing, are these little shields. So we got these, that when you put them on, I know any of the masks that we trialled, you could see the light, so it was very difficult to do anything
And
else.
it's very bright.
It's very bright, which in fairness, in some ways, you can
That's
take
good.
them out, you have to shut down and relax. But if you don't want to, you put them in, and it does protect your eyes from the light, so you can't actually see it, so you can still.
But you
walk
know,
around.
when these started coming out, I can remember bringing in versions into, a dermatologist or a doctor. And the common thing was, that's not strong enough, it's not clinic grade.
No.
Whereas yours is.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the amount of bulbs you use and the wavelengths are key. So, you could have a mask that has a wavelength of below 600 nanometers. That's not going to do anything for you.
Yeah.
It's not, none of the research has proven that it has to be over really 630 or as a 633 nanometers for the red light to be effective. So any of the clinical trials that are out there, that's what it says. Infrared.
So you're just over the 630.
We're just over the
Which is great,
630.
because that's safe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's 630 up to, I think it's 680. I think is what you can use for the red light, and then anything. But 633 is predominantly what all the research shows.
That's
is
the
best.
sweet spot.
It is.
Yeah.
And then for the infrared, it's 830. And again, if it's not at 830 or plus or minus 5, you're really at nothing. And the same with the blue is 415 nanometers, and that's much more superficial. So if you think of 630 is going a bit deeper, 830 or 633, 830 is even going deeper, and then for more superficial, your 415 is much more superficial.
Because it
for
just
your-
needs to do.
exactly
Interactive
interactive
activity.
acting. Yeah,
And you were saying this has a little timer, an automatic
it
timer.
does. So it's 10 minutes. So you literally turn it on, you plug it, plug it in here. There's a little your charger goes in here,
Yeah.
and then it plugs into your normal USB cables, and then you plug it. So you charge it separately. So this your little.
So
table
can I
bit.
tell you, the thing I love
Yeah.
most is that it actually tells you what this is. Because you open a drawer and you find
Loads of
an
different things.
assortment
Yeah.
of things. So at least
Yeah.
you're going to know what this is
Absolutely.
for. Yeah.
It's written on it. And then you plug it in there, just to the top, and you turn it on, and there you go. And it turns off in 10 minutes.
Does it matter how many times you do it? If you want to do it morning and night, is that okay?
No, once a day is sufficient.
Okay.
If you want to use it 7 days a week, that's okay. But I wouldn't be overdoing it. You don't want to overstimulate, you know. And then people are putting on retinols and everything after it. So once a day is sufficient. Now, to be honest, I've yet to meet anyone who can get the time to do it once a day.
Yeah.
So that's why we say 3 to 5 days. If you use it initially, because it does take time to take effect.
Yeah.
You know, you're talking anything from 6 to 8 weeks to see any improvement in the skin. And consistency is key. No point buying one of these and using it once or twice.
But the magic is, if you start using that now, you know the way our skin always falls to pieces in January?
Yes.
There's a chance that you might avoid that if we start
Absolutely.
all working
Yeah,
it
of
into our
course.
routine now.
Yeah, and it enhances everything else you're doing, you know. And I think the other big thing with it is for redness of the skin. You know, you go outside, I know I suffer from rosacea. If I wake up in the morning and my skin is really red, I put it on, it definitely counts at 10. So it's really effective for that, especially in the winter.
I think the other place that it comes into its own is post-treatment. So if you are doing clinic treatment, so if you're doing, let's say, peels, or you're doing microneedling, things where you're quite red afterwards, and you know you want to quicken up your healing time. You know, if you have something like this at home, you can go home, you can put it on that evening for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Straight away, you can put it on for 10 minutes, you can put it on the next day and the next day, and you accelerate the healing process within the skin. So even for things like bruising after injectables, you know, and like that, the redness that you get from peels, from IPL, from microneedling, from all those different things, this is going to accelerate the skin healing. So it's a great tool if you're somebody who loves the clinic treatments, but wants to hurry the downtime. Then this is something that, you know, you can have an extra little thing that you can have at home, and it will do that. It will just accelerate the skin healing.
You're a fair-skinned Fitzpatrick scale 1 or whatever.
Yeah.
Can you use this as often maybe as Sinead would
Yeah,
use
absolutely. So there's no reason. Like Sinead said, once a day is absolutely loads, and any skin type can use it once a day.
Right.
It doesn't matter if it's Fitzpatrick 1 all the way up to 5. Yeah.
And dark skins obviously
And
can
dark
use it
skins,
too.
would be Fitzpatrick 5. So you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So all the way from, let's say, me to somebody who would have a black skin.
So if you were buying this for somebody for Christmas, all you would need to know really is, are they a red and infrared, or are they a red and blue?
Yes.
That's your choice.
So rejuvenating the skin, you go with your red, and if you're any acne prone, any blackheads, anything like that, you go with your blue.
The blue and red is a real rarity. I've never heard of that before.
No, it is something I suppose we have seen so many people, and I've been on Roaccutane myself. I still get the hot spot. You know, so many people come into the clinic in their late 40s, early 50s with spots.
Oh, no.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they don't want to go on antibiotics, or they don't want to go on Roaccutane. Now, absolutely, if your skin is severe, you know, this isn't for anyone who has severe acne. You know, you need to see a dermatologist.
Which would be part of the treatment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or it could be where you've gone on a course of treatments for antibiotics, or, you know, course of medication for a period of time, and now you want to try and maintain that. And that's what it's really, really effective for.
Yeah.
But as you say, because will you talk us through what's in the box?
Yes, of course. So in the box then you get your little charging cable. You get your charging controller.
Yeah.
You get your mask. You get your headband, which is actually separate like this. Okay, so that's so you can have that. You get your little eye shields, which are here. They come on their own, so you have to put them in, and don't forget to put them in. It is important. And then you get a little bag. So the big thing is pop it in your bag, and you can.
Or you can keep it in the box.
You can keep it in the box.
Yeah, the box is so cute.
The box is cute.
It's
It is, and the same with
brilliant.
this. Like, you know, we designed that box initially because people can rest it in it, and that was the big, you know, you can put it in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can, of course, you can leave it in your box. There's no problem. And then when you're finished, you should get like a baby wipe or a damp cloth and clean it down.
And you don't need to replace anything there.
No.
Nothing. The lights, the bulbs will keep working
keep
away.
going.
Yeah, because it comes with the guarantee.
It does, absolutely. Yeah. So
And
keep
there are
going.
very few Irish made ones of these.
There's none.
So you're the first Irish business to bring out an LED mask.
we are.
And can you give us an idea of price?
It is $3.50.
Right.
Yeah.
Available through Renew Clinics.
Through Renew Clinics and SkinCrush.com.
SkinCrush.com.
Yeah, and hopefully we're talking to some retailers at the moment, so hopefully it will be in retail shops eventually. but we're just launching, so
And they arrived in at the weekend. So you have stock now.
we do. We
Okay.
have stock. Yes,
So
we
one
do.
for me, one for you.
Yeah.
Actually, do you know what? It's an amazing self gift, and especially if somebody already has the microdermabrasion.
Yes.
They probably go hand in hand very nicely.
Well, that's
together.
exactly it, and I suppose that was the whole thing. We wanted
Yeah.
to develop something that was an at-home facial. So you could sit down on your Friday evening and you could do your microdermabrasion and then put on your mask and put on a hyaluronic mask or something after that again if you wanted to, or you can use it on its own. So we wanted to try and incorporate both things if you wanted into it.
But I presume also if people want to come into you, get some sort of treatment and then get a little bit of a driving instruction on how you would incorporate it into a complete skincare, because you sell, what brands are you selling at the moment in terms
We
of
sell
home
Image
care?
Skincare, we sell Zia Skin Health, and we sell Elementary.
Brilliant. So there's soft, or there's kind of good science there,
Yeah,
depending whatever
absolutely.
you need.
Yeah.
And you can then add in the extra home care, because home care is important. We all would love to think we could just pop into a clinic and that would be the end of it.
Well, when you think of things realistically, 80% of what you do to your skin, you do at home every day.
Yeah.
You know, it's what you do. It's the washing every morning. It's the washing every evening. It's the makeup. It's the creams. You know, so 80% of that all happens at home. So I suppose what we're trying to do is enhance that, make it work more effectively, and give you more results. And you know, by doing that as well, then you make the results of your clinic treatments last longer, and that's important too. And like we were saying, for some people, you know, coming in and out of clinics can be an expensive business. Like we all know that it is,
And it's time consuming.
and it's time consuming. And so that was the whole idea behind Skin Krush, was that it was all about loving your skin, but being able to do it from the comfort of your own home.
How many years did this take to make?
This took us, I think we were about 2 years doing this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
how many years did this?
That
was
took even
longer.
longer because we really started off knowing absolutely nothing about design, manufacturing, nothing. So we started from ground zero with that, and we just made the contacts and met the people that we wanted to work with and that could do what we wanted them to do. So we knew what we wanted, but it was just a matter of making all those contacts. So we did that through our microdermabrasion. So this was an easier
So
concept
Skin Krush
journey.
is now becoming a significant first to market tool.
Yes, that's exactly what we wanted to
Exactly.
be. Yeah,
I'm sure if
that's it.
anyone watching has questions or wants to know a bit more, stick it into the comments, let us know. The ladies can answer you straight away afterwards.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But in the meantime, best of luck.
Thank you so
We need to
much.
see
Shall
pictures
we?
of the two of you sitting up in bed.
And we have we
With
were
your
we were at
masks on.
Ibiza recently, and I was sitting in the bed, and Jeanette kept taking photos. I didn't realise, so we'll share them.
And I'll do the same. We'll share our
Yeah,
crush
we'll share our
moments.
crush.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
No,
so much.
thank you, Melanie.
Thank you,
Thanks for
Melanie.
coming down.
Thank you,
very
Jeanette
much.
and Sinead, and best of luck with Skin Krush.
Thanks a million.
Thank you.